Hello everyone, this is Neat from the Side Chat channel, and today's video will be a speedrun guide to reaching Adventure Rank 5 in Genshin Impact. Now you might be wondering to yourself, why do I want to speedrun this game? Well, if you experienced gacha games in the past, you typically get a free summons after playing the tutorial portion, which in the case for Genshin Impact, it is no different. Once you reach Adventure Rank 5, it unlocks the Wish tab, which is Genshin's version of summoning. These summons can either be a weapon ranging from 3 to 5 stars or 4 to 5 star character. Please note the rates of pulling a 5-star character are a 0.6% chance, so take it with a grain of salt if you plan on re-rolling. Otherwise, if you got a decent pull, then by all means continue with that account as your main, and a 5-star character will come to your possession eventually. I hope. So for this run, I typically like to use a controller, which does come with some pros, one of which is button mashing and the other benefit will be mentioned later on. So for majority of this run will just consist of short dashing, jumps, and climbing with about 3 mandatory fights that you have to do. Short dashes overall are faster and they help save stamina. So currently right now we're just going to be dashing and then we'll activate that teleport point. After skipping that, we'll just be climbing over that little hill, wall, whatever it's called, with a little bit of dashing in between. Please note that during this tutorial, there will be a lot of cutscenes, so the best thing to do would just be button mashing your way. There is one dialogue choice though that obviously everyone chooses and has become a overall fantastic meme just for Paimon as a whole. So until then, let's just keep dashing and hopefully skipping these cutscenes. So after this cutscene, what's just going to be happening is we're just going to be following Paimon to that Tower of 7. So the best thing to do would just be to short dash to keep up the pace with her. You do not want to short dash far away from Paimon during the start, because if you go too far from her, she will reset back to the top of the hill, and then you'll have to go catch up to her and basically start all over back at the top of the hill. And that's something you really don't want to do. So the best thing to do is just stay by her side and just do short dashes. And now we'll be just getting the power of wind, or in this case known as Animo. So once we get the power of the winds, we will have to do a quick tutorial battle of just using our skills and elemental burst. So for this one, all we need to do is just use our elemental skill twice on the first 2 groups, and then lastly we'll just use elemental burst. After that, we could literally just swim away and just continue on with the tutorial. So there's the first one. Wait for the cooldown. Then use it again on the second one. Now our elemental burst is fully charged. And then we could just use it once and then just ignore it because they'll literally be one shot. So as we head towards the next location, which is marked on the map as well as in the game, what's going to happen is the dragon's going to fly over the sky and the camera's just going to pan straight towards it. What we can do though is, as soon as our camera becomes free, we could actually input some dashes so we can start moving ASAP. Just like that. Now that we are close to the entrance of the forest, we can just do a full sprint because there will be, guess what? You guessed it, a cutscene. Now after button mashing through the dialogue, you will have to go grab that item, which will transition into a more button mashing dialogue. What's going to happen after this cutscene is another dialogue discussion, but then again there is one crucial part that you need to select, and that would be to make sure that Paimon is selected as emergency food, because it does give Paimon less words to actually talk, and in addition, it's also true. Now we have to switch to Amber and shoot that slime. I like grabbing the chest, but it is not required. Afterwards, you have to keep left near the side of the rocks and head towards the teleport point. This will cause the enemies to spawn and then activate the next point for experience. Then we have to actually attack these monsters because it's part of the quest. Typically what I like to do for these enemies is use Amber's skill to distract them while I use headshots to land on them. Now the enemies are defeated, we can now head into town. Now the best route for me is typically to fall from this cliff and stay on the right side when heading towards the bridge. The reason why is because you will be paused momentarily for a cooking quest if you follow the normal path, which we want to actually avoid. Notice how the game wants us to activate navigation. If this was on keyboard, everything would be paused, whereas the controller can still move our character. Now, Amber wants us to get to the high ground, which is basically where the church is. For climbing, the first 3 walls just requires 1 to 2 jumps. Then for the last wall, we have to have enough stamina to reach the top, so just climb normally for it until you climb about 2/3 of the wall, then jump twice, and then you have reached the top. Typically what is supposed to happen here is that as you're approaching near the edge, a freeze frame will happen, forcing you to put into the glide input. However, if you react fast enough, you can just fall off the edge and just ignore the freeze frame. Glide and fall in front of Amber for guess what? Another cutscene. After this cutscene, you just need to shoot the dragon until it has about 1/8 of its health left. After this cutscene, it's just more dialogue, button mashing. Now, our character is pointing in the direction where we need to head next. Simply jump off the edge and glide towards the building's entrance. And as soon as that is done, you are now Adventure Rank 5 and can now summon. Make sure to claim the free fates from your mail in order to do the 10 beginner pull. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Make sure to watch until the end to see what summons I pulled, and be sure to like and subscribe to the side chat channel if you want to see more content like this. This is Neat. Thanks for watching.
最悪な状況よ。それがな、もうしばらくモンドに留まっていてくれ。嬉しい。あ、いえ、メモ持ってる。
Hey! キラークイーン第3の爆弾バイツァーダスト
Hello everyone, this is Neat from the Side Chat channel, and today's video